Hello, this is Angela Anderson. Thanks for joining me for this acrylic painting tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint a simple butterfly with the flower. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it from start to finish. I've got my husband Mark with me.
Hey there, everybody.
He's managed chat tonight in our stormy night here, so you're probably going to hear some lightning, thunder outside, but let's get started. Okay. Not sure why my camera. There we go. Not focusing there. He was taking a break. All right. I'm going to be using a 10 by 10 inch canvas. This is a Fredrix red label. That just means they're kind of a step down from their professional series. It's the artist series, but they're really great quality. 10 inch by 10 inch gallery wrapped. So the sides are just clear of staples, stapled on the back. This for brushes, we're probably just going to need a large flat for the background, and then some smaller, like a round for some of the flower work, round or filbert. And then for the butterfly, I'm probably going to use an angle brush and another smaller, even smaller round. So these are the Princeton brushes I'll be using. I'll mention them as I go, as I use them. We go over the colors. Got carbon black, burnt sienna, cadmium yellow light, phthalo green yellow shade, cobalt teal, phthalo blue green shade, quinacridone magenta, cadmium red medium, and unbleached titanium, titanium white. If you don't have the cobalt teal, basically it's just these two colors mixed with some white. So the phthalo blue and phthalo green. Or phthalo turquoise would work with white, whatever. You could probably just use phthalo turquoise and substitute all three of those colors for that if you have it. So just going to need a turquoise, that's all for the background. All right, I'm going to start out with my number 12 Bright in the 6100 series from Princeton. I'm going to grab a pretty good amount of this cobalt teal, and this will be what I use for most of this background. I'm going to go ahead and spray the canvas. That just opens up the fibers. And we're just going to paint away. I almost just went ahead and started with the canvas already painted, but we'll see how it goes. We may have to have Mark dry it for us while we're working. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see how long it takes for this to dry. I'm guessing we'll probably have to have him dry it for us.
Yeah, we're glad to be back.
Yeah. We had family last week, so we had a lot of fun with our little grandbaby Liam. He was a hoot. Mm-hmm. He's 2, and he's 2 going on 20, you know. He's a cutie pie. He discovered the joys of Thomas the Tank Engine. We pulled down all of the old trains from when our boys were little we'd saved, and he'd never played with them before, so he was having a ball.
Yeah, that old wooden track and all that stuff,
Yeah.
so it was fun.
Yeah.
And it was good to see his handlers, too.
Yeah, Jordan and Courtney were. Yeah. Our son and his wife, Courtney. Daughter-in-law. Yeah. We always enjoy getting to see them, too. Actually had all my boys together one.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen that much anymore. So they're all grown and out of the house.
Celebrating a late Mother's Day.
Yes. All right, I'm going to get some blue now, a little bit of cobalt, or some burnt sienna here. The blue and the burnt sienna will make a teal. And I'm going to get some white. Maybe a little bit of the green. And a little bit more. Turquoise, a little bit of white. Use some of that in here, and just using it while this is wet, so it's just going to kind of blend with it a little bit. Now that I painted it on pretty quickly so that I could do this through it while it's wet, and the colors are kind of coming up this way somewhat, so try not to over blend it so you're actually seeing a little bit of these colors streaking through. There we go. And I'm going to get some yellow. Mix that with this, get a little bit of white. There's some areas in here that have a little bit of yellow. And you can do as much or as little of this as you want, so it's just up to you however much of this kind of fun black background you want to do. I'm going to get some white and just the phthalo blue. Maybe a little bit of green, but more on the blue side this time. So the cobalt teal is kind of in between these two, so I'm going to go a little bit more on the blue side. And if I just pull in one direction, that avoids this kind of thing happening. So when you see that square edge of the brush, so if I just kind of start off the side of the canvas and pull in, then I kind of avoid having that hard edge happening. Okay, so I'm feeling that these are getting a little bit sticky, so I'm probably going to pass this off to Mark and let him dry it for me. Move my microphone. It's getting hit. There we go. He'll just be a second there. Clean this out really well. And I think we're just gonna probably, in order to cover up that blue that we just did on our canvas and get some bright colors in our butterfly, what we'll have to do is cover it with white. We could have painted around it, but with this kind of thing, especially with the flower that we have going on that has so many little ins and outs to it, and the background being kind of so blendy like it is, I think that it'll be just easier to do it this way and to paint over it. Show you what we worked on this weekend. We finished our bonus video for our $5 patrons, $5 and up. So this was the painting that we did. It turned out really nice. I like it a lot. I want to go there now. Mark was already looking up ticket prices, so we're not going. It was too expensive. But it's nice to dream, right? Yeah. But yeah, so we painted this. That actually didn't take too long. It was less than 4 hours for this one. So for a bonus video, that's pretty good. We do those once a month for our $5 patrons, and for that price, for the $5 level, you also get all of the previous bonus videos that we've done. So we've done all kinds of different things, but this month was this one. And then in the $10 group, which we meet once a week for the $10 group, we're working on this one, and then this week we're going to be finishing it with some long flowers. So there's going to be some tall flowers in here, some daisies down here. And so we'll take probably a couple hours to put in the finishing touches on this one this Thursday. So my voice permitting, I got a cold from our grandbaby, so I'm still getting over it. Totally worth it. Oh yeah, and today's Fitzpickles, our puppy's first birthday. He's 1 year old today, so got himself a new toy. Probably gonna give him some chicken with dinner or something special. He doesn't know what's going on. Hi, puppy. He's right at my feet here. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more of this. I'm seeing some areas in here that are kind of not fully filled in, so I'm just going to kind of do a light dusting with this. It shouldn't affect what we do over the top here. And I could probably do the sides at this point too, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think that'll be good enough. We're probably a little bit more on the green side than we got in our reference photo, but I'm not worried about it. Okay, so our flower is really kind of split right up the middle. So I'm going to, he kind of fills up this whole area on the canvas. So I'm just going to kind of mark that center line of the stem. I've just got regular school chalk, so it's going to go on here really easily. And then I'm going to just tap to kind of do the outline of the flower here and keep it kind of above the halfway mark or so. So it's kind of right in here. And it's just this, it's really not even domed. It's kind of just an oval like this. So kind of in there somewhere. And then, yeah, I think it came down a little bit too much right there. Just keep it a little bit farther in, somewhere in there. Then our butterfly is gonna fill in right here, and he's gonna live right on this. There's his thing, there's his antenna coming up there, just making sure that I'm leaving enough room for the antenna to come up. So his head's kind of an oval right here, and then he's got the body and his tail, and then his legs, and then the wings are coming off of the shoulder. So, and they come up and out about right in here somewhere. And he's about the same size as the flower, so if you kind of use that as your guide, you can kind of judge if you're making him big enough or not. Kind of come almost straight down, a little bit in, and then come straight out like that, and a little bit upward. And then, sorry, coming out here.
Sorry about what?
Nothing, my throat, it's closing up on me.
Do you need to clear it?
I'm okay.
No, you're fine. What?
All right, somewhere in there, I think. We're probably a little bit long on the wings, but I think we're okay. All right, then I'm going to, let's go ahead and just use the Filbert here. I'm going to use the number 4 Filbert and some white. Maybe a little bit of that unbleached titanium because it's kind of off-white. It's not quite, maybe even a tiny bit of yellow. There we go. I'm just going to fill in the butterfly. Hear that rain coming down.
Yeah, it hasn't rained for like 2 days, so I'm glad it's raining again.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
yard was almost dried out completely.
Just God forbid.
I guess it's better than a drought. No water, so.
True dat. We've just had a very strange spring. We've had so much rain.
I know, just over a month ago, it was below freezing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. We've had just had very weird weather this spring. It's already almost June, and we haven't been able to get our tomatoes in the ground because of the weather. It's either been like just hot out, and I didn't want to go out, or
You've been busy doing other things, and then we had family, and then we've had the
Exactly.
rain, and
yeah, when it has been nice, we've either had a yard sale or family over, or something else
so
going on. Life happens, I guess.
worst comes to worst, we can make jack-o'-lanterns out of the tomatoes.
Okay.
They'll be ready about that time.
Yeah, I think so at this rate.
Jack-o'-lanterns for the gnomes. Is that what they were in that
What?
Euro movie we watched?
What?
Remember that Euro movie with Will Ferrell
Eurovision?
Yeah. And they were bringing treats and stuff. Was it the gnomes or elves? Or
I think it was elves, maybe.
Sorry, I took a hard right turn there, everybody.
Yeah, I was not following you.
Back to butterflies.
All right, so there we go. We got our butterfly wings in, and I went ahead and put them in the direction that the wing growth goes. So kind of from the base in towards the body there, so that they've any of these lines are showing. We'll just, if they show, later, we'll just make it part of the butterfly wing. All right, and then I'm gonna grab my just mainly white here. Bottom part of this flower has got darker, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to just do kind of the center of it, and then I'm going to press my brush flat and use it to do the outline. So I'm just going to set my brush down on the edge and just pull in all these little and I've got the outline, so to kind of help me stay in my boundaries, so I know kind of where these are going. But get to about right there, and then we don't have to do any more down here, because I'm just gonna kind of feather this out a little bit towards the darker areas, and we'll put those in later. But these areas are going to be white petals with the red tips. So we need them brighter. And I'm pointing all of these down towards the center, so they're all going to, as they go around the sides, they're all facing towards the center. So see how that works.
I do.
Good. Taking notes.
Oh, I'm paying
Close
attention, yes.
Right. I'm just going to go ahead and do these in white, and I'll do them later, the darker colors. There we go. Yeah, you're always right on top of it.
Of course, yeah. I'm mesmerized. I think this is what happens. I get into a trance and I just lose track of everything.
Do you?
So, yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you called me out on Sunday during the bonus video to see if I was paying attention.
I did, and you weren't, but that's okay.
I was checking prices to Tahiti.
I told them that you were doing that. I didn't tell them that you were doing that during the show. You just gave yourself away there. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hard at work, Mark's dreaming
so
of
I'm
Tahiti.
thinking if we sell the house, we can go to Tahiti. We'll just have to live in a car.
Sell the house and all our vehicles.
Well, we'll have to keep one vehicle to live in. But it'll be an incredible 7-day vacation.
Is that all? It sounds like it's totally worth it. All right, I didn't make that dark enough, obviously, because you can't see it at all. So I'm going to get a little bit more of the green and some blue here. I just had too much white on my brush. And a little bit of the Quinacridone Magenta. That'll just make it kind of slightly purple. We'll see. I'm going to add a little bit of white, but not as much as I had before there. And let's try that again. Yeah, I'm going to try to take off what I did before there, because I don't want to, kind of want to do a new line. Okay, there we go. Here we go. It's fairly wide stem, so don't be stingy with it. And then towards the bottom it kind of fades out, so I'm going to get some white and just kind of come up with the white like that. And then on this side there's some yellow. Get some yellow, a little bit of my white. I'm just going to use the edge of my brush and just lightly go along that one side. Bring it up while it's still wet, and it'll kind of blend if you do it while it's wet. I mean, you can wait either way, but you're just going to want to kind of stay on that one side. There. Looks good. I'm going to grab some burnt sienna, a little bit of black. And a little bit of my unbleached titanium. I'm going to make just kind of a brownish color for the body. And maybe get a little bit more of the lighter color here for this front part. It's pretty dark where it attaches though, so do that brown right on the back there. Kind of does like that. And I'm going to bring the head down a little bit from where I had it. Right here. Okay, so somewhere like in that there. That is not dry. Just lifted it right off there. Okay. That's not dry either. I'm trying to find a spot that I can paint. It's not sticky. I might have to have you dry
I
it
was going to say, do I need to dry real quick?
I might. Hold on. Let me do this part. There's a little area right in the middle of this flower that's got green and yellow kind of color, so I'm just going to go ahead and dab that in right there. And I'm just kind of feathering it out on both sides so there's no like hard line there.
Could you explain again how you did the highlights on the stem again?
Yes, so put in the dark part first, the dark stem first, all the way down with the dark green. It's got the phthalo green, phthalo blue, and a little bit of quinacridone magenta to make it dark. Tiny bit of white. Go ahead and put that all the way down, and then while it's still wet, grab a little bit of white on the brush that's still wet, pull up from the bottom, and that kind of fades out that bottom part, and then grab some white and some yellow and do just along this edge with it and just kind of highlight that little edge right there. And because it's all still wet, it kind of will just blend in for you. So, and you can do it while it's dry too. If you want to wait till it's dry, you can do it then too, but it's fine. It just will blend a little bit easier for you if you do it while it's wet. All right, so while those are drying, I'll go ahead and just try to carefully get off my chalk marks without taking off any paint.
So did you discuss Patreon while I was out?
I did.
Okay.
I showed what you were doing on for the bonus video.
Okay.
So
Well, I got to put up the graphic now. So
and the traceable for this is already available on Patreon too. So I do traceables for all of the videos on YouTube. All the free videos are available for $2 a month. It's unlimited downloads, and then the $5 level gets all of that plus, more, and then the $10 level gets all of that plus more. So, so everything is kind of builds on the next level up.
And it's billed by a calendar month.
Right.
So we're towards the end of May 2021 at the time of this video.
Right.
So you may wait to join if you're thinking about it until the first of the month, because you would be billed today and then you'd be billed again on June 1st.
Right. That's how they do it. It's not by
Yeah, we have no control.
Right. It's if you pay in May, you get just May, and then it'll charge you for June and June 1st, and you get access for June. So, but it doesn't give you like 30 days or anything like that, and it's just how it works. I don't control that part of it, so. Okay. Just kind of going back through here. What's the matter? Okay. I think it's dry enough now. All right, so that, I didn't mention the Filbert size. The 4 Filbert, these are the 6100 series brushes in the long green handles. Number 2 round is what I was using for the body here. So I'm going to use this number 2 round and go ahead and put in some of the details on the wings. I'm using a fluid black, and that just kind of make doing the lines easier. When you're using a round brush or doing lines, you want to have a thinner paint. I think I'm going to just kind of gently kind of mark where no, that's not working. Okay. Right in here's my first spot. There's another little bit, so this wing is split here, right about here. So stick it to the canvas because it's wet. In there like that. So there's kind of a separation right here. It splits the wing almost in half right here. It kind of comes down like that and in there. So if you want to draw that in, if it helps you, you can. These two kind of meet up to it and stop. Those two spots there. And then they kind of continue on the other side and down a little bit farther. And stop where this is. So let's go ahead and mark out where this wing comes down, and then let's do the outside one as well. There we go. Something like that. And then there's a large white spot right in here. Almost heart-shaped.
So, on a totally unrelated subject, who won American Idol?
Chase.
Oh, really? Cool. I had to go to bed. It was way past my bedtime.
Oh, I hope I didn't give it away for somebody just now that didn't get to watch it. We should have probably warned people.
Spoiler alert.
Down too late.
Oh, are you supposed to say that before?
I think so. I think
God, I always get that wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, can you put that in the title?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert at 33 minutes. Just put it in parentheses.
Right. No, for real. Sorry if somebody didn't know, but yeah. This was a weird year.
There were a lot of
he was
great
good.
singers.
I'm not saying he's not good, and I liked him a lot.
I was
just
okay.
liked some of the other ones better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one girl that I thought there was one guy that was going to win, and he went out pretty early. And then the girl
He took himself out of the competition.
Oh, okay. And then the girl that I thought was going to win, she wound up third. Mm-hmm. So you can tell how good of a vocal person I am.
I don't know. I don't know anything either. I think the judges were just as surprised as anybody else.
So again, spoiler alert, in case you didn't know that either. And Oak Island season is over this year, so
darn.
So there's really nothing to talk about for the next 5 or 6 months.
Oh no. We did all right on these stripes. Sometimes I get going and I've gotten off some, but this look like we're doing all right.
Oh, they're all a little unique anyways.
It's true. It's true. Okay, and then the bottom wings are actually pretty simple. Not a whole lot of detail on them. I think this kind of bugs me is that sound. It's like sitting on a vinyl seat in the summertime. Shorts on.
Yes, reminds me of a Plymouth Duster, no air conditioning, vinyl seats.
There you go.
You can get in, sit on it. burn the snot out of portions of your body.
Burn your unmentionable parts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then, we'd walk across the pavement with bare feet and burn the bottom of our feet too. So
Oh, that was the best part of summer. I spent all summer with no shoes on.
the one thing that was really uncomfortable was putting on those metal roller skates with no shoes. But that didn't stop me.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, hon. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I could probably told you that, but
That was probably on the warning package when you opened it up.
how
Although that was probably before warning packages. We lived tough in the 70s, 80s.
we were talking
We
about
had
that.
metal for our jungle gyms.
Exactly.
Stinking plastic. No soft rubbery stuff to land on when you fell.
Exactly.
You,
You bled a little bit.
you might break your arm, but you were going to be all right.
That's right. Toughened you up.
Exactly. Taught you not to jump off the swings like your friend just did. It was like there was always one that was like the warning at the beginning of the school year. It's like, oh,
Yep. Don't do that.
yep, she did that last recess and broke her arm. So. And we were like, ah, dang it. Guess we shouldn't do that now. We're laughing about somebody breaking their arm. Sorry. That's not funny. I know. It's not funny. Kind of funny.
But they are life lessons for sure.
They are life lessons. All right, let's see here. We're just going on. I'm gonna bring that one up. It's a little bit thick, but. And there are like teal stripes in here, but I think it's just going to be easier to do it this way. We'll just put them in later. I'm going to bring these up. This comes down. Let's go ahead and do this line here. It's very faint, so I'm going to get a little bit of white. It's not so dark. It comes down like that. And then there's another line that comes down right here. Goes that way. Doing it with white just kind of keeps it a little softer. I'm going to go ahead and go over this line a little bit with the white. And do the stripe that's through there with this gray. Get some black and just kind of dab some little random body parts here. Just you don't have to be specific, just kind of bring the wing down a little bit and then kind of give it a little something to attach to. It's not really defined very well in our photo. I think we're good. So let's let that dry really well, and then we'll come back to it. I'm going to go ahead and give it, do the little antenna though while I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to come off of right here. There's like a little part that kind of comes up and curve back about halfway up the wings. So. And just a little wider at the tip. And then the legs on the photograph are kind of coming down, which normally they kind of come out and down. So I might do like a couple of them up and a couple of them down. And then get a little bit of white and just do a little indication of kind of the eye or something right here. And some little dots in the body there. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do there. I'm going to maybe do a little bit in the little highlight in there. I find that less is more. Like if you try to define things, it looks too outlined. So with butterflies, I just really try to kind of just dab it on and kind of do very vague shapes, and then it looks more real for some reason. So it's just kind of how it works. All right. So let's go ahead. Well, I was going to use this, but this brush is kind of giving me problems, so let me see if I can find another.
We'll deal with it after the show.
Yeah, I'll tell it what for. Okay, I think this one should be about the right size. So I just want to find a brush that's about the width of the flower petals that I want to do. And I'm gonna, this is a 4 round in the VelvetTouch. I'm going to use my reds. And this covered fairly well, so I don't think I'm going to have to go and do a second coat, but you could do a second coat if you needed it. I do have some little bits that are kind of not covered all that well right in here, so I think I'll go ahead before I start and just kind of paint that in right there a little bit. And it's not going to hurt the overlapping layers that I'm doing here. So I'm going to grab the magenta, a little bit of red. I'm kind of probably going to use a little bit of both colors here, just kind of make a bright cherry red color. And what I'm going to do is set my brush down and just kind of flick it in towards the center so that it drags and breaks up. So it only kind of does color right at the very tip of the flowers. So I'm going to do that on all of these. What?
The dog.
What's he doing?
Sounds like he's snoring or groaning or something. He's right behind you on the floor.
Oh, is that what he did?
So be careful backing up.
Okay. Oh, you're right. He's right behind me. I thought he'd gone back out. Go ahead and fill in the red part of the butterfly with this one. Well, I've got it. It's a second stripe up. use a little bit of black with this magenta here, a little bit of the red, and I'm going to use it on the bottom part of the flower and do these petals under here with the darker color. And some of them coming up around the sides here, I'm going to start to get a little bit lighter. And just go ahead and bring that dark color on up into towards the center. This time I'm not like lifting as soon. I'm bringing it almost all the way up to the center here. I need to go really dark on just a few of them. There we go. Using the brighter red here. Okay, so once I get all these done on the outside, what I'll start to do is I'm going to overlap them. Do the ones on the inside over the top of them. So those I'm going to have a little bit of white mixed in. I'm going to try not to mix in too much at first, especially on these ones that are back here. These brush strokes are going to be fairly short and kind of end right up there in the let's do some with the light pink, like with the magenta tones, and then some with the reddish tones, and just kind of vary it up a little bit. And if you can't see it, just go back over it with a little bit of white-ish color. I'm just going to start to overlap. Curve in towards the center of the flower. Always paying attention to where I'm at on the flower so that I'm always pulling in towards the center there.
I was just wondering if we could paint the butterfly our favorite sports team colors or something, but
Probably could. Yeah.
I noticed you got more colors to add, so
This is my Father's Day project here, so you just make it, add your dad's favorite butterfly for,
I'm
as
sure
you do.
I'm sure there's a lot of dads that'd be looking forward to that.
Hey, you never know.
It would be better than the gift that I usually get from my son, so
World's best farter and stuff like that.
the world's greatest
Greatest farter.
farter.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And a shirt
Sorry.
that's 2 sizes too small.
Well, they did that on purpose, so
And
at least you know. That
and I wear it in public with them next time I get the chance.
Yeah. Proud. Okay, so for these ones, I'm just going to have to go over the edge a little with a little bit of the lighter color, maybe go in between some of them. Okay. And then these ones here are very short because we're looking at them straight on. So they're going to just be kind of dots. These ones that are right in here. I need to do them different heights and stuff. And then the last few are just going to be kind of going down into that dark area there. Like that. Okay. Probably did a little bit more red than there was in the flower, less white, but I think you get the idea. You can always go back in and add more of the white if you need it. I'm gonna go back in with this red now that this is dry. Add it on the tips of these ones. All right, it's all right. I didn't wait for it to dry like I probably should have, but it's all right. Okay, so down here I'm going to use some of this light pink that I've got here. And brush it in. Use a different brush. little bit of yellow. Excuse me.
You're excused.
All right. Get a little bit yellow with that white. I'm gonna use it down here. Let's go opposite my pink and just kind of blend those two together. I'm using it fairly dry, so it's kind of dry brushing on that pink and sort of softening it up. Get a little bit of the green with it. Kind of a lime, very light yellow lime green color. Add that little bit of teal to it. Very bright teal green. Use that on my wings here. It's got just a little bit of yellow in it. That white is helping to make it more opaque too. And just a touch of it into the wing, the white parts of the wings too. What?
There's a little fly that's flying just below the lens of the camera. So it's like I'm watching it and I'm like, what in the world is that? Oh, it finally flew off.
There we go.
I just want to remind everybody that may be new. I guess I can't remind them if they're new because I don't know. But if you click the show more, the little arrow down below the video, there's a list of all of the supplies, paints, brushes, links to different places to buy stuff. There's a link to the brush guys with the code of Angela Fine Art for 5% off your purchases. And all kinds of you keep scrolling down, there's links to the different social medias. Of course, Patreon, the thankfulart.com website, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter,
All that good stuff.
Instagram. So, just in case you can't get enough of Angela Anderson.
That's scary.
You can find her in all different places.
Yes, I want you across social media. Getting a little bit of brown here, just kind of, I think I forgot that stripe right there. And then there's a little bit of green now down here, and we're almost done. Get a little bit of that green, some white. I'm just gonna run it over the pink there and wipe my brush out. Kind of blend it in a little bit, but just kind of run it side to side here. Can even use my finger if I need to. Doesn't have to blend all the way. It's kind of like that. And then I'm going to get a little bit the darker color. Go right in here with that. Get a little bit of the black and just kind of very lightly outline this bottom part of the wing slightly, and then there's a kind of a stripe that kind of comes down right here and right here. And then get the brighter teal blue, a little bit of teal, a little bit of blue, a little bit of white. Use a little bit of that blue up in here. And make a little bit, just a tiny dot of kind of an orange. Right here. Get a little bit more of that pink. Just go a little bit darker with it in a couple spots. And then I'm gonna finish by just going back in with my white and a little bit of yellow and just brightening up these spots. Whoop, I got green on there for some reason. And if you need to, you can go back over your black areas too. You know, you may have gotten some of those covered up. So this is where you can kind of fix any of that and adjust different things. I'm going to bring this black up into this a little bit right here. There's some green in this yellow here. This made this green very watery because it's not drying very well. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. The flowers, not my favorite, but I mean, we could go back in. Let me see if I go from the white out this way, I can kind of try to replicate that, the look of those petals a little bit better. Just in there, it's kind of the main part that was sort of needing help. And if you start in the kind of white area and pull in, then you won't see kind of where it starts. There we go. That's a little bit better, I think. All right, there we go. We're done. I'm gonna sign it.
I'm out of practice.
Do we have a super chat? Oh boy.
Camera's off, the bells are working. Man. I am so rusty at this.
Take a week off and you just...
I know.
I gave you Saturdays off. This is what happens.
And a Tuesday.
All right, I know. It's like, what happened?
So we had a super chat, and it was from Patty, and she says, "I've missed you guys and want to make up for it. I've been painting nonstop using past videos. You deserve more."
Oh, thank you, Patty.
Well, thank you so much,
So
Patty.
Sweet.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you missed us. That means a lot. We missed you too. We really did. It's it feels weird to have a Tuesday night up anymore. We've been doing it for so many years now. It's like Saturdays too. We're kind of like, what are we doing with ourselves? Don't we have some place to be? But it's nice to have some time off every now and then. So it kind of slows down the summer. It gives you guys a break too, so you can go do some other stuff on Saturdays and
Yeah, especially after last year.
Exactly.
You may want to get out and do more stuff this year.
Right. Yep. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next Tuesday with another video for you. I can't remember what we're painting. Ladybugs, I think. Some more flowers and ladybugs. We're on an insect kick right now. So hope you join us for that. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.